Hello. Okay, let me open my chat bar and we are going to talk today about becoming your inner creator. So, once you arrive, where are you at? Where on earth? Where on earth are you from? So, I'm going to give it a couple minutes. I'm going to finish setting up here. At the end of what I'm going to share today, we're going to do an energy pull for how to navigate the energy for this week. It's going to be loud for a second. Hold on. All right. So I know, hey, Dare. I know I'm a couple minutes late. I've had a busy day. It's been amazing. And I've been talking way too much today and going through a lot of self awareness. Hello. Wonderful. I'm just going to wait a couple seconds and continue to do this and set up. So, we're going to talk about becoming your inner creator. This literally needs to be changed. I got to change this to story time with Diam because we're going to go into stories today. I'm going to share, I'm going to be real vulnerable as per usual. I'm going to overshare as per usual. We're going to talk about how I arrived at becoming my inner creator, how I got here, where I'm at. And I'm a little bit nervous. A little bit nervous about today. Maybe a little bit more than a little bit. Because I'm moving through something huge. Hello, wonderful lady. I'm moving through something huge today, like raw, mind bending huge. And I am chronic for oversharing. And I'm not so sure I want to share it. But once I get talking, I end up sharing. So I'm going to be just as surprised about what comes out of my mouth today as we all are. How is everyone? I want to know how you're doing. I'm going to take a minute to center. And we're going to dive into becoming the creator of your experience. And of course, it's not going to be the same without a story. I like to share a little bit of my stories because I think there's pieces of it that resonate in all of us through the law of correspondence. Good. Please share. There we go. Okay. So let's start with story time. And then this is going to lead to hi, Kathy, how I arrived at becoming the unshakable creator that I am. Now, when I say unshakable, I still have moments of shook, let me tell you. That doesn't mean that I don't have it together. I am so aware of how to co create with universal flow. And yes, I love that, Lori. Oh, thank you. Just got a peppermint. Amazing. Okay, here we go. So, once upon a time, there was a girl named Dime. I have it tattooed. I'm going to share the story of this tattoo today. Although I find this tattoo slightly embarrassing to some degree because it's not done the way I want it to be done, it's the most important tattoo on my entire body. I have a lot of tattoos. I'm going to be a bit spicy. You're going to hear some F bombs. If you're uncomfortable with the F bomb, please remember it's 2023. These things happen. So we're going to start with that. When I was a little girl, and this is all going to lead to how I became what I refer to as the goddess of creation, because I identify as female right now, anyway, mostly. Okay, get to it. Here we go. When I was a little girl, I'm just processing right now. I got a little twinge on what do I want to share because I never want to. So we're going to start with my intention with sharing this story is not to put judgment towards my birth parents nor my caregivers. I don't give a fuck what they're doing. Go live your best life. I'm not a part of it. That's okay. I have no judgment whatsoever towards them. Did I hate them for a really long time? Absolutely fucking yes, I did. Do I now? No, I'm completely neutral. I don't believe in forgiveness at all. I think it's a load of shit because I think that the act of asking for forgiveness is actually the act of saying, do you set me free from the feelings I have of you? So that's a whole other story. So it's not about forgiveness. It's about becoming neutral. It's about seeing them through the lens of their broken inner children. I'm just completely neutral. I've got nothing negative, positive. I never think about them. It's totally fine. Go live your best life. There's that. So, but we're going to talk a little bit about them. So, when I was a little girl, my life consisted of being the story of Cinderella. Like, literally. My bedroom was actually in the attic. I had to do the chores. I had to learn how to do dishes at a young age, laundry at a young age, take care of myself at a young age. There was an excessive amount of abandonment in my life. I was bounced around to multiple, multiple homes after my first rape, which was just turning 4. So I was 3 something. And there was a lot of beatings. There was a lot of mental abuse. There was a lot of stories in regards to me being not wanted. The reason why my parents were stuck together because they got pregnant with me, all of that. So as a little girl, I saw the movie Cinderella, and I have a massive Cinderella tattoo. It's a tramp stamp across my entire lower back about never forgetting but never mourning, the whole transformation of discovery. So it's like Cinderella's carriage, but it's all like outlined. It's like the half pumpkin, half carriage. And then in French, it says never forget, never mourn. At that phase in my life, I never wanted to forget what I came from. I didn't want to forget the lessons that I was taught because I never wanted to bestow them upon anyone. But I was not willing to be in self victimization mode anymore. I navigated that. That took me a little longer than I thought it would, but I did it. So as a little girl, I'm getting all of this abuse. I'm getting all of this shame. I'm receiving bullshit, like all this bullshit all over the place. And so in my little girl brain, I was like, well, I'm clearly the princess of Toronto. I was born in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. It's like one of the biggest cities in Canada, one of them. And I was like, I'm definitely the princess of Toronto. Like, I have to be. If this is what Cinderella went through, like that was just how I put it together. I'm clearly something. As a little girl, I knew that I deserved better. I knew that what was happening to me was not the product of me. It was not because of me. I knew somehow that I was not the reason these things were happening to me. A lot of that having to do with the memories of my past life. Like I remember being in my mom's womb and replaying all my past lives and what I was coming into this life to do. And I knew that this life included this seat and something else that's being built right now where I'm moving into career wise. So here I am. And I'm like, okay, one day, one day, someone's going to identify me as a princess and treat me like a princess. And so I go about life aching, searching, trying real damn fucking hard to become someone's princess. I go through a divorce. I leave the faith that my family expected me to be in. I get completely abandoned. PTSD out the ass from that situation. Anxiety out the ass, depression out the ass. But I have 2 surprise babies, little babies. They were 4 and 1 or 5 and 1 at the time. And I was like, oh God, I can't go. I have to stay for them. So I'm navigating. And then along comes this guy. Okay. I don't want to put timelines on it because they're watching, because it isn't about them. It's about me, strictly a me thing. So this man comes into my life and ends up in a really strong relationship, a long time relationship, like long term, right? And his first nickname for me was Princess. Oh my God. Here I am, 25. And I'm like, this has to be him. This has to be him. I'm his princess. Like, this is amazing. I want to vomit as I'm saying this. Like, who wants to be a princess? Gross. But at that time, that's my awareness. So I give everything to this partner, everything that I can, because finally I've arrived. Finally, I became the princess. Well, it didn't work. Clearly, did not work at all. It was so toxic and so disruptive and so painful and so disgusting and so abusive and so gross. Can't even believe. Do you ever have those moments when you look back on what you used to do and go, "Oh, I put that in my body"? Like, ooh. So that's where I'm at with that. So then I navigate and I'm like, okay, what do I do now? I got to level up. I got to be a queen. Like, why would I want to be a princess when I can be a queen? So then I start navigating my queen energy. And I'm like, okay, a queen sits in her throne. She delegates. She controls the energy. She sets the tone. She owns this. I love all of this. Manifested you right onto my life. Thank you for all that you do. Yay! Yay! This is a mutual manifestation, FYI. You're all part of my manifestation. So for those of you that are like enjoying the shit show that I am and the sharing that I do, this is a co-manifestation. So we're creating this together. All right, back to being a queen. So then I navigate into the next relationship and the hottest piece of meat. Oh, the hottest piece of meat that my eyes have ever laid upon, that my body got to touch, comes into my life. And I'm like, oh, yummy. Yes, please. Sweetheart, an absolute sweetheart, but a complete lost in the world, no direction, no anything. But I'm like, whoo. So I get like, cockmatized. We'll put that out there. That totally happened. Like, ooh. And then I move into building something with this individual, with this beautiful piece of meat. And he then starts calling me queen. And I'm like, oh my God, look at me manifesting. Look at me doing this. I'm a fucking queen now. I did it. I arrived. Awesome. And so I try to build this relationship and I give everything, I pour everything, I communicate, I do all the things that I think I need to do in order to make this work. Okay. And I'm getting called queen to the point where a wine glass was purchased for me that was hand painted with a queen and a crown and all of those things. And I was like, I'm there. So then I pour everything into it because obviously this has to be it. I leveled up, right? Acclimatized. Yeah, it's a thing, Bev. It is actually a thing. Like, I know I'm not the only one. Okay. So I start pouring everything I have into this relationship and not setting my boundaries and losing sight of myself and believing with every fiber of my being, like, this has to be my person. Like, I'm a queen now. Like, this is amazing. Well, it didn't work at all. And it wasn't working. And at this point, I had leveled myself up enough to know I'm going to call it what it is. So I did. I called it what it was. And I chose to walk away from that relationship. In that, there was a lot of hot mess. Okay. A lot of hot mess because, oh, I was so in love. I was completely infatuated. I thought for sure he just needed to figure a couple things out and it would have been perfect. In hindsight, we know better. So I end it. And I go through the absolute turmoil of heartbreak. That was the first time my heart had been broken. Probably the only time that my heart had been broken, actually, by a romantic partner, an intimate partner. Heart smashed, smashed. I made a playlist, a cry playlist. I played the list over and over again. I laid on the couch. I bawled my eyes out. I journaled. I discovered why I attracted that into my life, how that was some associated with my dad issues. I remember writing, trying to say the person's name here. I remember writing out, you abandoned me. You left me. You loved me hard. You ignored me hard at the same time. And then you completely walked away without a fuck to give. You didn't fight for me. You didn't ask for the relationship to stay. I end it and you go, okay. And you go on your way and you take your meat and you go. And so I remember writing in my journal, like everything that I was wanting to say to this person, right? So I start writing it out and I'm like, this is what you did to me. This is what you made me feel, which is a really healthy practice. I strongly suggest you ego dump in your journal, get it all out on paper because you will find clarity. So I'm like, how could you do this to me? How could you blah, blah, blah? And then I'm like, you're just like my dad. And I was like, whoa, I didn't even know I had daddy issues. Oh, there's that. So that surfaces through the whole thing. Beautiful. Thank you for coming in and leaving my life for that and that alone. Also for making me think that I wanted to be a queen. So then the story gets good. So I'm moving through it and I call upon one of my soul sisters and I'm like, I'm fucking struggling. Like the struggle is real. I'm heartbroken. I need to talk this out. I'm a social thinker. Please think me out. I do social thinking here way too much and discover myself here way too much. It's what? But here we are. I know in a year from now, I'm going to look back on all these and be like, holy cringy. But anyways, let's keep going. So I call over my soul sister. I get my queen glass because I'm like, how dare you? Like, not treat me like a queen. Rah, 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 rah. I'm in the feisty zone still being super spicy. And I have a rooftop patio. So I go and I sit on the rooftop patio. And I'm sitting there and I'm venting. And My grandmother, who had passed away, the only human that ever kept me up until a certain point in my life. So the first human to keep me. My whole childhood, teenage years, young adulthood, no one kept me except for her. So she shows herself in red flowers and birds and all these things. So I'm sitting on the rooftop patio, venting it out with my glass of wine that says Queen all over it because don't we vent better with wine? Like, obviously, that's what we do. So I'm drinking my wine, having it out, talking it out, trying to discover why my Queen energy wasn't being reflected to me. What is going on with me, right? And my wine glass is sitting on a red end table. And a bird comes by and a bird leaves. And I'm like, oh, that's my grandma's energy. She's here for the vent as well. It's a family affair now. So continue to vent. And I watch my wine glass start to spin on its own. It starts to get wobbly on its own. There is no wind. No one has touched the table. It starts to wobble, wobble, wobble. And I'm just looking at it. And then it crashes on the ground. And the second it crashed on the ground, I was like, why was I making myself small? Why would I be a queen when I could be a fucking goddess? Hmm. Hmm. Why am I limiting myself? So then I sat there and I defined what is the definition of a goddess. I'm also having a moment today where I'm like, God, goddess, like, where's the non binary version of that? Where's the neutral version of that? So I like the word creator. So why am I not a creator? Because that's what a goddess technically would do, right? She would create whatever the fuck she wanted. She would literally be unstoppable. So no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to be a creator. I need to probably make a t-shirt that says I am the fucking creator or big D energy for Dime. Although I wish I had a dick sometimes. I'm just saying, put that out there. So I have this like powerful moment where I'm like, oh my God, no, I'm the creator of my experience. This is back probably 2012, 2013, maybe. So about 10 years ago. What does it take to be a creator? So let's look at the tattoo because I get questions all the time on this like tattoo. It's so embarrassing. Here we go. Ready? There's pieces of it that I love. So story time. Here's my tattoo. All right. So we've got the full moon because I'm born on the winter solstice. I'm in love with the moon in case you haven't figured it out. I'm so in love with it. I think it's amazing. It's a charging station. That's another story. Then I've got my inner dragon and her wings are tattered. Its wings are tattered, but it can still fly. It can still take flight. And she's dropping the queen crown and letting it break into 1,000 pieces. And it's landing down into that root chakra to reestablish the beliefs, to reestablish her beliefs. So that's how this tattoo came to be. It's the story of when I decided to stop being small and I started to take control of creating my reality. So, yes, Debbie, we're going to make it. We're just going to make it. Okay. So, what happened after that? Well, it was a long 10 years, let me tell you. I joke, not joke all the time that I do things the hard way so that you don't have to. So we're going to shorten the curve right now. I'm going to start with, in order for you to become an unshakable creator in your reality, there's two things that have to happen. Two big things, only two. And then there's lots of little micro things that are going to make it better, but there's two steps. Ready? Step one, it's a choice. It is a fucking choice. If you don't choose your energy, if you don't choose your thought, which is the vibration which creates your reality, the world will choose it for you. It's a choice. And it's not easy to control the mind, is it? It certainly isn't easy. I'm still mastering that. But if you don't control the conversation within you, the world will control it for you and you will become what the world around you is. So if you want the life that you desire and you want the desired outcome, you have to choose it actively in every single moment of every single day. You're human. You're going to fuck it up all over the map, I promise you. Still fuck it up all over the map. But if your predominant thought in the quantum realm, when we think about quantum entanglement, we think about how energy works, the majority of thought creates the outcome, always. Most of the world is running on autopilot, so they don't have the majority of thought. I do. I fucking do. So I create my reality because my energy is stronger, my thought is stronger, and I'm intentionally choosing the same fucking thought over and over and over again. I am focused on right here, right now, what I want to be. And I'm choosing it and I'm being it. Done. Trump card. Second thing you got to do. That's how I control traffic, by the way. I can control every green light. I can control my parking spots. Those are easy. That's easy things to do. I can control the rate of traffic. I can control the lines in Walmart. I control my exterior reality based on my desired thought. 100%. You can do that too. Second step, ready? You already know. Want to take a wild guess on what it is because you hear me bitch about it all the time? Heal the beliefs that are holding you back. Your belief structure in your subconscious is creating your outcome. It is your primary vibration. Your vibration comes from the beliefs that are established by the time you're 8 years old into your cellular structure. All 40 something trillion fucking cells are all vibrating based on your belief of what you perceived the world to be and your role in the world. Your perception of how you were received, your perception of what was bestowed upon you, your story, your belief creates your reality every single time. You really want to dive into that and master it? I'm going to be a little bit braggy. The program Fully Awaken and Ascend, it's pre-recorded. It will unravel all of that for you step by step. And it's so simple, but it will blow your mind a little bit because it's like crazy awesome. It will take you there. It's all of my life written into one program. Everything that I know in one program, every single thing that I knew up until the time I recorded it into that program. Now I'm doing level 4. Oh, so good. Anyways, heal your damn beliefs. So you got to look at yourself. And this is like one of those moments that I'm moving through today, why I was a little bit nervous about doing this video because I overshare. And here I go oversharing. Ready? Here we go. I desire a certain outcome. We are here to experience your highest timeline. Okay. So this is what I'm going to be throwing at you. I know so many of you can see the names. You guys are already in the group. Becoming Unshakable is a program I'm running from November 20th. So next Monday for 4 weeks straight, where I'm just going to hand you your ass and you're going to change your life whether you like it or not. And if you don't do it, then that's on you, but I will show you how. I'm going to harp so much of this information in deep, deep, deep detail in that program, in that group. And I'm really excited about it because it feels so good to arrive at your desire. What is your desire? What do you want to experience? You are here for the evolutionary process of being human, which means moving from thriving energy to surviving energy. You are here to experience the good stuff. But in order to understand what you desire, because we're so stupid, we have to know what we don't want first. So when we understand what we don't want, so those of you that have had a lot of trauma, a lot of pain, a lot of raw shit in your life, congratulations, because now you are very clear on what you do want. Someone who has had an easy path all the way through their life is probably sitting there going, well, it is what it is. It's good. It's okay. It is what it is. No, thank you. I want greatness. My biggest goal on this entire planet, I was like, I'm on a mission. My goal on this planet is to change lives, to help you arrive in freedom. I have this uncontrollable desire, which grosses me out sometimes, so much so, like, oh my God, it pisses me off sometimes that this is who I am. But who I actually am is please see yourself the way I see you, because I have this gift to see only the good in people, which makes me get burnt quite a bit. But by seeing only the good in people, I actually see their highest potential and I see what they're capable of doing. And I'm like, I know how to get you there. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go. And it's so exciting and so fulfilling for me, but like, also a little bit gross. Like I want to be a bit selfish sometimes, which I can be. I'm learning that balance right now. So You have to know what it is you desire. Some of us learn through contrast. The majority of us learn through contrast. I sure did, still do. So when I'm like, "Ooh, I don't really like that," and then I'm like, "You're not even gonna believe this is so horrible," instead of going like, "Oh my god, that's what I don't want. What do I want?" So that's the transition. Get clear on what you desire. What is the opposite of lack? Where's all the lack in your life? Write it down. Get a pen and paper right now. Start writing down where there is lack in your life. So, what does it make you feel? What is the opposite of that? That's what your body's asking for. That's what your soul wants to evolve into. That's what your human wants to experience. The human meat suit, all the pleasure buttons wants to experience that. So that's going to help you define where you want to go. If you don't know where you want to go, again, you're not controlling the outcome. So that's why it bothers me and I get so spicy about when people are like, all in divine timing, when people are like, all is well, I'm sending love and light to it. Like, well, you're not actually. You're not. I hear all the time, I'm just going to send love and light to it. Oh, the poor thing. I can't believe they're going through that. Oh, whew, I'm going to send love and light to it. You want to know what you're really doing when you do that? Remember, universal flow doesn't understand choice, it understands focus. So the moment that you're like, oh my God, poor you, I don't want you to endure that. I'm sending all my love and light. What you're actually sending is the equivalent of what they're experiencing because you're feeling their pain, which is nice, but let's fix it. You're feeling their pain and you're adding to poor you. So you're making it a bigger poor you experience. So you're actually slowing them down if you think you're sending love and light. Just saying. So focus and choice. If you're focusing on, wow, you're going through that. Okay, I'm really sorry that you're going through that. And then in your head, you're like, that person is such a powerful creator. Oh my gosh, like these are all of the things like, oh, focusing on it. Just focus on the greatness of who they are. You'll enhance it. But if you start to send love and light, you're actually just sending the same thing that they're experiencing. Just a side note, most of you are not going to get that. And you're going to be like, that's not right. I'm going to continue to send love and light. And you know how many emails I get at the bottom that are like, love and light? And I'm like, cute. No, thank you. How about power and resilience? Like, I much prefer that. Um, so there's that piece. There's my rant for that. Let's move on to what I was trying to say. And what was I trying to say? Choosing your desired outcome. So I want you to get clear on what it is you desire. And then I want you to go into what would happen if Diamond showed up, if I showed up at your doorstep and I was like, here it is, what would happen? So you want the love of your life. I ask this to a lot of my clients when I used to teach divine alignment. Now Sarah Rose does that. I used to ask my clients, if I had your soulmate, your twin flame right here, right now, and they are perfectly, perfectly beautiful. Oh my God, delicious even. And they are wealthy and they are together and they've got their shit together and they're standing in their soul purpose and they're just fucking perfection, but they're your twin flame. They're for you. And I'm going to knock on your door and you're going to come to the door and introduce yourself. Ooh, what goes on? What fear do you have? It's like, oh my God, not yet. I'm not ready. Like, why? What's the fear? That's why you don't have them. That's why you're not standing in your highest timeline because of the that you just got in the gut. There's something going on within you. This is a you thing. This isn't a they're coming to find me. I see that all the time too. I'm just trusting the universe that they will find me. I did that too. I did that for a long time. Mm-mm. They're not going to find you because you're blocking them. You want more prosperity, more money? You're not going to get it by daydreaming about it. You're going to get it by becoming the vibration of prosperity. And you can't become the vibration of prosperity if you fear prosperity. If you think that rich people are greedy, you still have like those old beliefs. Does anybody still have that? Like, I don't think that's a thing anymore because it's so old. But if you do, you might want to check in with that and quickly fix that one. Like, money doesn't grow on trees. Money's evil. Money's the root of all evil. So gross. That's not true. Money is the aftermath of you flourishing. So are you afraid of flourishing because you have either I don't deserve to, or it's not safe for me to, or whatever? You got to figure that out. So paint your desire Imagine that I'm about to knock on your door and offer you the perfect version of your desired reality. What makes you afraid? And then go in and fix that shit, please. You don't need to be a princess. You don't need to be a queen. You don't even need to be a goddess. You just need to be unshakable. You need to stand in your power, knowing what you deserve and claim it. You need to tell the energy around you what to do. You need to be the predominant energy. And that doesn't mean with your voice. Not at all. I don't use my voice. I use my voice here. I actually talk so much that I lose my voice by the end of the day. But when I'm creating, which I'm constantly doing, there's no voice to it. It's simply I own it. This is my desire. I have no ick towards it. So fucking watch me. Thank you very much. This will come. There it is. It's showing up. And I become the vibration of it. I become the absolute knowing that it is attainable for me and that it is on its way for me right here, right now. And then I look for evidence of it already showing up in every avenue of my life. That's why I live the mantra, thank you, I love you, because I'm like, oh, there it is. Thank you. I love you. Beautiful. All right. I'm going to read comments. Do we have questions? That didn't feel like a very long rant, did it? Normally I go on for hours. And I didn't overshare. Look at me go. All right. Let's scroll a little bit and see what questions we've got here. Big D energy, baby. Like, I really want a shirt that says that. Tell it what it is. Demand it. Like, summon it. Like, I had a conversation with the entity in my backyard right before I came on here. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Linda, take it. It's amazing. Okay, this leads me, let's write down some questions that are being triggered through the comments that we're having. We're going to talk about psychic attacks. And we're going to talk about negative emotions and anger and projection and dominance. So give me a second. Fake as fuck. Can we make it? Okay, so I'm still have a few more comments to read here. We are launching an entire program called Recovering Toxic. So I have the handle on TikTok. It is Recovering Toxic. I would love for someone to go and follow that. I haven't put anything up there yet, but it's coming very soon. And the first podcast has been recorded. And it is going to be phenomenal. And I'm making a whole sassy, spicy, fuck you kind of line of t-shirts. So what the fuck just triggered that in me? Hold on. Fake as fuck has got to be one of them. We're doing that. I'll write right across my boobs. My boobs are not fake as fuck. They're real. But I'll let you question it. All right. The only thing fake is my eyebrows right now. Reading back on some of the things we used to write and ending with love and light makes me cringe and laugh. That's all we can do. We go like, oh my God, I was so cute. How do I find my vibration through meditation? Okay, let's start there. I'm just going to highlight that question and then we're going to go into, oh, I didn't mean to hide it. I just hit it by accident. Rah! Okay, done. I've got this. How do I find my vibration through meditation? You don't. Moving on. No, I'm just kidding. You actually don't. You find your vibration through the law of correspondence. There's 12 universal laws. The law of vibration is everything vibrates. The law of attraction is I respond to the vibration in front of me. So like attracts like. So whatever your vibration is what you are attracting into your life. So step 1, what are you manifesting? That's your vibration. Ta-da. Step 2, law of correspondence. The law of correspondence means that everything is a mirror. Everything is a reflection of you, the good and the bad. So you can start to look at what are all the beautiful things in your life? Who are the beautiful people in your life? What do you admire about them the most? That's a reflection of you. Yay, you. Start to put your focus on all the good stuff. Second part of the law of correspondence is what's reflecting? Do you have drama in your life? Do you have gossip in your life? Do you have chaos in your life? I used to say all the time that I felt like I was in the eye of a tornado of everybody's bullshit spinning around me and none of it was mine, but there it was because that was a reflection of my internal chaos. So you're going to have your reflection through everything. Everything. Absolutely everything is you. You are looking at yourself in everything. The way you perceive traffic is a reflection of you. The way you stop and smell the roses, reflection of you. The way you perceive your money is going to be a reflection of you. The amount of money you have is a reflection of you. The amount of love that you have is a reflection of how you love yourself. The amount of sex you have is a reflection of your sensuality or your desire to control things. The everything is a reflection of you, the way you perceive everything. So can you just stop and start looking up? This is something that I'm practicing very actively in my life because I'm on my phone a lot, I'm on a computer a lot, I'm talking to my animals a lot, I'm off in thought a lot. I go outside purposely and I stop and I look up and I just take a moment to realize how fucking small I am on this planet, number one, but also, oh, look at this. This is beautiful. So stop and look up, get clear, have a look at your reflection in the world. That's how you're going to know your vibration. And your vibration, everything vibrates. So you may have a limiting perception or you may have a limiting belief that is holding you back. So where there's lack in your life is also going to be your vibration, and where there is a surplus in your life is your vibration. So have a look at your world and what you're experiencing, and that's how you'll know your vibration. Okay. Keep going down the comments here. Stacy, I don't know why, but I see your entity as a black dragon. I love that. There is a black dragon, but the entity and I are actually becoming like, I think this might be the one for me. I am falling in love. Um, it's very interesting. We are an honest, true, um, enhanced, not fake. Thanks, back. That's way better. We are so reflecting each other, and it's helping me really integrate as well as it integrate. We're learning through each other right now of the law of correspondence and the reflection of each other. And we are having some deep ass telepathic conversations that are just blowing my mind and making me see myself. And at the same time, this entity is like, oh my God, that's what's going on with me. Because it's trapped in the woods. It's not my job to save it. It's its job to save itself. Same with everything else in the world. You're not there to save anyone. Let them save themselves. You can just keep walking and show them the way, and they can walk or they can't walk. That's up to them. So, anyways, it's trapped. It's got this vibration of trapped, right? And so, like, ooh, is that a reflection of me? And so, which in some degrees, yeah, a little bit. So we're just reflecting each other. And through that reflection of each other, it's like this telepathic conversation is happening. And I'm like, my mind is being warped right now. And I've gone through a series, started Sunday. Sunday, like epiphanies being like slammed in the face. Like, oh my gosh, it's amazing. I feel like pieces of me are being ripped off like a fast band-aid right now. When I decided to become unshakable, which I think was last Thursday of my life, when I was like, this is what I'm fucking doing. Like, nothing is going to shake me anymore. It's not even an option. It's not even part of my reality anymore. There's no such thing as being shook anymore. Like, this is what I desire. I'm going to become so fierce and so determined. And just this is what I am now. Unstoppable, unstoppable. And that's my desire. And so when I decided that, all of a sudden my relationship with this entity at the same time, whether it was through the entity, through me, I don't know. It all happened at the same time. And since that decision, every small thing that has been limiting anything in my life is being ripped off of me like a band-aid, ripped off of me. I had the honor today of having two of my past clients visit me. And I had one of them is one of my up and coming mentors. So she will be coming to the world in 2024. And oh my God, wait until you hear her podcast. We're going to be talking about sex. It's so good. Oh my God, I can't even wait. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. And it's so juicy and so raw. Anyway, as they were here today, and my new assistant is phenomenal. Oh my God. She is one of the people that I can really talk to on this level. And she knows this, right? She's really embodied everything that I've taught in Fully Awaken and Ascend. So her and I have been having a lot of reflection conversations. I've been having a lot of reflection conversations with the entity in the forest, which is a bit of a shapeshifter. So who knows if it's a dragon or what it is? I don't even think it knows what it is. But anyway, I have had boom, 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 epiphany, like just flooding me like crazy. And today when I had visitors, I was sitting there talking about something casual and I was like, "All right, use me as an example. Like, let's role play this out." So we start role playing it out, and through that role playing, within the matter of like we were timing it because I had a call in 15 minutes. And it's like, I got 15 minutes. We can do this in 15 minutes. And it's like, no, it takes an hour. It's like, no, we can do it. And so we did it, and we did it in like 11 minutes. And I was like, boom, totally different reality from that moment forward. So really amazing. Okay, we're gonna go back into the questions because I am clearly a little hyper. Ready to invest in my inner self and my highest desire. I'm so ready. Do it, Sarah. You're already doing it. I am investing. Own it. Okay, keep going. Do you believe before we get our manifestations, we go through a trial? No. Do I feel that's no, there's no such thing as a trial. Who's testing you? There's no such thing as being tested by anything. So I know you guys go, oh, I'm learning a lesson or I'm being tested by the universe. No, that's not how it works. There is no such thing as the universe. You are the universe. You are universal flow. If you study the law of divine oneness, you'd probably get it. And at some point, when you move into six dimensional consciousness, and you cannot move into six dimensional consciousness until you embody this, you will embody the universal law of divine oneness, and you will realize that there is no separation between anything that is. And we can conceptualize that up here. And you guys are all like, yeah, no, I totally get it. I had that experience. Yay, me. But no, I guarantee that most of you did not. You had the conception of it. But to become the universal law of divine oneness means that you never feel any separation between anything that is. And you were consistently, constantly aware of you are creating the reflection in everything that is. Therefore, manifestations aren't even a thing because you're constantly creating your experience anyways, the good and the bad. So, the 5 steps to manifesting, like let's start with a gratitude. No, we don't do that. You don't have to do that. You are manifesting. You are universal law. This is level 4 of the fully awakened ascend that's coming up. You are universal law, and I'm going to help you fucking embody that and understand it so that you are never putting your power outside of yourself, because there isn't any power outside of yourself. So you cannot be tested. Who would be testing you? You. Why would you test you? Stop doing that. If you feel like you're having trials and tribulations, you're creating it. Don't do it at all. You don't need to. You are the creator of your experience. Nothing is testing you. It never will. There is only opportunity for growth. There isn't challenges. It's an opportunity. There's no hardships. It's contrast. There is no despair. It's just a lack of awareness. So go get awareness. If you're having the contrast, figure out, oh, what is it that I don't like about it and what do I desire? Shift it. You'll create that instead. Whatever you put your focus on is what you will receive. So there is no test. We overcomplicate it because we love to be a victim. I know that because I was a victim forever. Oh, it's so good. I feel like you are my ADHD mind speaking out loud. You're welcome. I'm going to normalize ADHD right here because that's how I function. I have too many things going on at once, and then I try to get them all out, and then I cross. You should hear me tell like a story to actually my friend. Like, how was your day today, babe? I'm like, okay. So when I started with my coffee, but then I saw this bird, and then this bird was looking at me, which made me remember that I'm like telepathic. So then I was like, oh shit, I should go outside and talk to the squirrels. So then I went to go get my shoes to go talk to the squirrels, and I realized that Roxy chewed the wall again. So then I was going to sweep that up. So I started sweeping that, and that's how it goes when someone asks me how my day was. I'll give you a play-by-play of the unnecessary. Let's go into the question about psychic attacks. I probably already answered that with the other one, and then we're going to get into, unless there's any other questions that you have, get them in here because I've got time. I have so much time right now. Throw the questions in. What are you channeling today? That's some joy there. I'm just in my unshakable power. Like I am literally become the full, unlimited creator of limitlessness. Limitlessness. Limitlessless? You know what I'm saying? Okay. Psychic attacks. When it comes to, this is a pretty big lesson, actually. Again, I learned this one the hard way. Want another story? Here we go. I'll make it shorter, I promise. So, when I was a teenager, my parents moved into a house that was a previous morgue. Fucking geniuses is what they were. They're like, let's put the second child in a ward like where they put the dead people. You know, what's that thing called? Morgue. Okay. So I go into a morgue, and My bedroom is at the top corner of the house where the chimney goes through. And of course, what does all of that energy do? It's like, we want out of the chimney. So it's a chimney fire. So then the fire department comes and tears out my closet. And then my parents being too lazy, and I clearly wasn't a priority, didn't want to put the wall back on the closet. So then I've got this exposed wall with the chimney right there and all of the ghosts coming out and visiting me, which created a whole lot of shit. I had a whole lot of experiences which were super uncomfortable. And during that super uncomfortable experiences, like creepy ass fucking shit, and all of the different entities, not just ghosts, not just spirit, not just dead people, like all of the things were there in my bedroom. And when you're sleeping, I would go into sleep paralyzation, and then I would have all these experiences, which are super unpleasant. So I started to fear spirit. But there was one that I was like, ooh, I really like you. You're interesting. And so that kind of kept me in the curiosity realm. And through that whole experience, they taught me, I learned at the same time that energy only, it's the fucking law of correspondence all over again. Ghosts and entities and demons and all of those things, everything can only reflect your vibration. They can only reflect what you are. So if you are afraid of it, they're reflecting fear, super uncomfortable. If you are anxious, they're reflecting anxiousness, super uncomfortable. If you're reflecting love and light, then they're like, okay, let's be bunnies. I don't know. They're doing that. If you're reflecting neutrality and you're like, yeah, I know you're there, do what you want, I don't fucking care, then they're going to do that. They reflect you. So when it comes to psychic attacks, can people send you energy? 100% people can send you energy. I used to get psychic attacks from one of my family members for a very long time. And then I realized, oh, if you're wasting your energy, when I got um, when I started discovering that I was getting psychic attacks from this particular individual, I was like, wow, you're spending your time like sending that to me. Like, I'm fucking special. It's either that or you're super jelly bean. Whew, look at me. Like, I'm awesome if you're wasting your time doing that. But I would feel them. Then I discovered again, when it comes back to your energy, high vibration is like a big ass fucking fire, and low vibration is like an ice cube. What can an ice cube do to a fire? Dick all. What can a fire do to an ice cube? Oh, a whole lot. So then I just chose to become a fire. And now you can't fuck with me. I'm not challenging you to, because I have this vortex. I understand that anything you send to me, because I love, ready? But it works in such a salty way at the same time. I choose to have the vibration, and I spend a lot of beautiful focus on whatever you send to me will be drastically magnified back to you because I love you. And I get a lot of thank you, I love you. A lot. So I'm like, oh, send me love. Because selfishly, I want you to receive it. So I do that. When I get shit, oh, I'm so sorry about your luck. But you're welcome. I just reflected it back to you. So psychic attacks, you can only receive what you are. If you are a lower vibration, you're going to experience it 100%. If you are spending your days focusing on a million reasons to say thank you, I love you, your head is in the clouds, you are in so much gratitude that nope, I'm too big of a fire. But if whatever you send, you're going to get back to me. So send me love, send it, because you're just going to get it reciprocated times tenfold. It's like, the bands that like Wonder Woman wore, like, blah, 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 blah. That's my whole fucking vortex, baby. Coming back at you. All right. What other questions do we have before we go into energy read? What do you find works best when it comes to remembering downloads messages from a meditation? Right? Okay. I love you, by the way. You're my favorite. Remembering downloads and meditations. Trusting that it's going to surface when the time is right is the biggest thing. I lose sight of things like crazy. So whatever tools work for you. Like, I just had a conversation with you, my darling, and I had to put it on a sticky note so that I would remember to revisit it. So I wrote down that I have stacks of sticky notes, like everywhere, like they're everywhere, like everywhere. In every room of my house, there's sticky notes and a pen so that I can be like, okay, that's what happened. So I do that, or I write it into my phone, or I voice clip it. You can ask your ego to remember it. That's a really important thing as well. So when I go into a meditation, I always set the intention of my ego self, my human self, remembering the concept. and then you have to move it back through you. So you're going to get this download, you're going to get this information, you're going to get this experience, this wisdom, this knowledge, this expansion, whatever it be. And as soon as I'm done meditating, if I'm like, whoa, I know something, then I start to pace and I don't distract myself. So I get out of the bed and I start to pace around and I talk it out. Bree has seen me pace my deck. I will go outside and pace my deck over and over and over again. I'll go out for a friggin' menthol cigarette just so I can pace the deck and be like, what's moving through me? And I have a huge deck, right? Huge dick deck. I don't know, huge deck. So I pace the deck and I talk. I talk out loud. I'm like, okay, what is it? And I just start to process it because I'm a social thinker. So then it moves through me. Then I write it down either on the whiteboard or whatever. And I put it down and either in the, like somewhere, journal, whatever, right? So you just have to find your method for you. Is it voice clipping? Is it like trust that it's going to come through you when you're done the meditation, that what you are meant to remember right here, right now will stay in the mind so that you can incorporate and embody it. That's the first step. And then find your thing after that. I got to talk it out. I got to pace and talk it out. And when I pace, I find that it moves through you. And there is this thing, I wish I could remember the technical terms, that when you are doing a thinking or a learning or a processing kind of energy at the same time as a body movement, it integrates with more ease. It also helps your mind hold on to memory. And it's really good for like preventing like losing your mind or losing your memory. Probably not losing your mind because I might be doing that right now. Who knows? But it helps you just hold on to it. So some form of movement while mentally processing or verbally processing it. So that's why I pace and talk out loud. It can be doing a workout and thinking it out. It could be, I don't know, go line dance and talk. Find a way. There's that. Okay, next questions. When we feel ascension symptoms or energetic or whatever, or when you give your energy readings for the month and the weeks, where or what is that energy coming from, right? It's coming from you, actually. Okay, so ascension symptoms are your body trying to catch up to the new vibration. So low vibration is dense. As we evolve and we start to, the awakening process, by the way, is about you incorporating universal wisdom. So you're not woke as fuck if you don't understand the universal laws. You're not oh so spiritual because your guides are giving you direction. Your guides are giving you direction because you're being a dumbass and not incorporating it. So incorporate it, integrate it, embody it. If you keep getting messages and you keep getting the same signs over and over again, it's because you're not integrating it. You're not becoming the awareness. There's a huge difference between knowledge and knowing. Simple. I've used this analogy before. I have no idea what it's like to get kicked in the balls. I don't have the knowing of being kicked in the balls because I have a box, but I have the knowledge of it because I've seen someone get kicked in the balls. So you have to embody it. And the only way to embody it is to process it. And the only way to process and really become it is to create space by releasing low vibration belief structure, which is why Divine Alignment, the program, is so essential. Remove or transform the low vibration of that limiting belief to create space for a higher integration of knowledge and wisdom. And then you embody it and you become the awareness, which means you become the vibration, which means the law of attraction is responding differently and you have a very different life. So we have to integrate that. So when we're feeling ascension symptoms, it's because the physical meat in your body, whether that's your bladder or whatever, hasn't caught up just yet to the new vibration wisdom that you're experiencing. So you're going to get ascension symptoms. My actual personal theory is you're becoming a higher vibration and the body's more sensitive to the poisoning that we have on this planet. So you're feeling the poisoning, the radiation poisoning of this planet, as well as your body trying to catch up to the new vibration. So there's a little bit of disharmony in the body. I celebrate the fact that when I've got aches and pains, I'm like, holy shit, what am I doing? Leveling up. Again, totally different perspective, totally different outcome. So there's that piece. When I'm doing the channeling that I do for the monthly forecast that I do every month, where the yearly one's coming up soon too, the weekly energy forecast that I do, the membership, that energy is coming from a combination of you, because I understand the concept of time doesn't exist and it's just an illusion. It's just this like rule that humans made, which is super stupid. Um, but it doesn't actually exist. So it doesn't matter when I create something and when you find it, because there's no gap between you absorbing it and it being spoken at the same time, it being valid for, or whatever, right? So I get these waves of like, here's the wave that's coming, and I share that. Multiple different things. I do channel galactic energy. I am a starseed, 100% I'm a starseed, always have been. Ready for all the devil comments? This should be fun because this is on Facebook. Yay. Um, I am a starseed. I have always known that I'm a starseed. I've known in all my lives that I'm a starseed. So I am a hybrid of a couple of different galactic energies, having a human experience, here to learn and experience what it's like to be human, as well as bring that wisdom forward. So when I channel, sometimes I'm channeling galactic energy, sometimes I'm channeling your higher self, AKA your ascended guides, because it's the same thing. You don't have ascendant masters, by the way. I'm just hitting it hard, right? Like, rah, rah, rah. Like, take a breath, right? Okay. You don't have ascendant masters because nothing is your master. So stop calling them that. They don't like it. They're just family. You don't be like, oh, master grandfather. Like, that's not how it works. They're just extended energetic family, and they are versions of you. You are their DNA. You are the same lineage as your ascended guides, not masters. So they are a part of you, and you will incorporate the same way you got characteristics from your mom and characteristics from your dad. Having a moment where I'm like, oh God, gross. Anyway, we do that. And so you incorporate their characteristics into you. So I will channel the higher vibration of you. I connect in, and it's just very automatic now. But the process, if I had to explain it, would be I connect into my essence, my consciousness, not my ego. So I connect into the isness that I am. And there's this cord that goes up into the ascended energies that I work with, whether that's galactic, whatever that be. They connect into your ascended essence. They connect into the isness that is in you. And it creates this like boom, boom energy that floats through me that I channel. Um, and I see it like a movie. I get some auditory stuff. I get a physical stuff. I all my clairs. So I see, feel, hear, know. It just happens. Hopefully that answers your question. It's probably the longest fucking answer I've gave to a question ever. Let's continue to go. Oh my gosh, my heart. I cannot wait for the day that I get to wrap my arms around you, Kathy. And for some reason, I just want to kiss your forehead. I have no idea why. I just want to kiss your forehead. I love this. Okay. The difference between chronic pain and upgrades. Good question. Chronic pain is when we have had trauma on the body. So, like, I was raped right before I turned 4. My dad beat the shit out of me when I was a kid. Well, all the way up until I was like 17, until I decided to kick his ass back. So I had physical beatings all the time. I was raped. I had way more emotional pain from my birth mother than I did anything. Total manipulation, vulnerable narcissism. And that created a lot of trauma in my body. And when I would go through pain or injury, I would tell the caregiver at hand, whichever one that was, because there was a few, and I would get told that I was being needy or seeking attention. And in my little girl brain, I was like, no shit, Sherlock. Of course I'm seeking attention. I'm fucking hurt right now. Can you kiss my boo-boo better? But never got it right. So what happens is that pain, that trauma, that creates that story internally of unhealed residue, unhealed vibration. And it's low vibration, right? So it starts to, the lower the vibration, I want you to think about it, starts to move eventually. High vibration is super fast. Like this, fear is the slow loop like this. And so low dense vibration eventually, if it accumulates and you allow it to stay, stops vibrating, not fully, but barely vibrates, which metaphorically it will go. Because I don't know the proper technical scientific piece behind this, but it just slows down enough that it becomes a physical reality. And so your body speaks to you. When we have chronic pain, your body is demonstrating to you that there's a chronic vibration that wants to be restructured and healed. You can fully heal yourself. I dealt with chronic insomnia, chronic fatigue, chronic pain, fibromyalgia, really aggressive fibromyalgia, lupus, cancer twice, depression, all of the I need to not be on earth things, anxiety out the ass, and I'm fine without, the pharmaceutical world. So you can change it. I do believe there is, must say, disclaimer, I do actually believe that there is a time and a place for pharmaceutical stuff, a time and a place for it. And if you want something to help you get over the hump so you can actually dive into it, why wouldn't you do that? So there's that. But you can change chronic pain because it's just a dense vibration that's been holding on. You can change anything in your body. There is no rule that says it has to be what it is. There's actually a universal law of perpetual transmutation, meaning that nothing can actually stay the same unless you perceive it to be. So if you choose to continuously focus on the fact that you are experiencing chronic pain instead of diving into the reasons behind why your body is demonstrating that to you, you will continue to have chronic pain. But if you go into what is the belief structure that's behind this, what is the trauma that is behind this, how do I transmute that vibration, the body will let go. Your human body is its own entity and it does not want to be sad. It doesn't want to be sad. It doesn't want to give up. It doesn't want to be fat. It doesn't want to be lazy. It doesn't want to be in pain. It doesn't want to hurt. So you have the opportunity to go in and liberate it from the pain. Set it free. Okay. More questions. I'm at the stage where I'm going slightly crazy. I, no joke, have asked my doctor for a psych evaluation probably 100 times because I was like, I'm losing my mind. Plus, I'm super quirky, right? So, and I mean that I'm complimenting myself when I say quirky because I'm not the norm and I don't want to be the norm, but that's okay. Anyways, yeah, you just deal with it. You just be like, yeah, I'm leveling up, whatever. What can I do to assist my child through the beginning awakening process? Let them fucking be. Don't. Why would you want to change your child? Let your child be. Your child's probably more connected than you are anyways. So if you really, really, really want to help change anybody, and you really, really, because we love our family so much, but your child did come here knowingly to learn a few things. So let them learn. Don't prevent their lessons. Don't through, this is the problem. I'm going to go on a whole other rant. Here we go. Beyond an hour again, Diamond. I teach this to the mentors. Stop looking through your lens. What you went through as a child, parents always are like, prevent that for my child. Don't be a dumbass. Your child's not experiencing that because you don't want to be it. Therefore, you are not that. Therefore, they're not going to experience. So stop pushing your perception onto your child and trying to rescue from something that you're holding on to. Like, stop doing it. That's dumb. Don't do it. Allow your child to flourish under the I know better, doing better version of you now. And if you really want to change someone, your partner, your friends, your kid, whatever, understand your fucking vortex. Become a high vibration. There's this analogy that I use in the program Fully Awake and Ascend where I talk about just keep swimming in the sea of consciousness because we have people who are like, oh my God, I'm so stuck. Just keep swimming. And eventually they'll be like, oh, I can swim too. So demonstrate the energy, become the energy that you want for yourself first, and your child will benefit from your electromagnetic field. Your energy radiates into your auric field. They have their auric field. Here's my bubble. Here's your bubble. They're intermingling. I'm fueling you my energy consistently. So if you really want the best for your child, fix your fucking vortex so that they don't have to own any of the trauma. You know, the whole breaking generational curses. There's no such thing. What you're doing is you've just become the vibration that you were grown in. You became the vibration of the womb that you were, that your toes and your nails and your hair and your eyes grew in, that your meat grew in. You were submerged in that vibration. So then you became that vibration. And now you're walking on this planet in that vibration, plus the other bullshit that was put upon you. So all you have to do is change your vibration. Everything else changes. There's that. I'm being a smartass right now. That's not my intention, but I just did that like face, and I was like, oh, that was kind of not cool. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. So you don't have to help your child. Just demonstrate who you are. Okay. Like legit though, that's all you have to do is just be the vibration. They'll figure it out on themselves. They'll just follow you. Okay. Anything else? Even though I didn't catch the first 54 minutes, I talk a lot. You know why? It's because I fucking love you guys. I can't meditate. It's just empty. What am I supposed to experience? There's no right or wrong with your meditation whatsoever. I have not, my heart just went pitter patter over you. I was thinking about you yesterday. So, your meditations, if they're empty, it's because your body's restoring or it's adjusting to the new vibration. It's okay. Just napitate. Don't have an expectation going into your meditation or you will have nothing. Remember, universal flow moves to focus, not choice. So if you're focused on, I'm going to make my meditation great, it's going to happen, I'm going to get the downloads, I'm going to get the clarity, that really is the focus of, I don't have it. Therefore, you are blocking it from coming in. So go into your meditation with no experience. And if you nap, amazing. There's nothing better than a nap besides an orgasm. There's nothing better than a nap. So nap, rest, restore. Just allow. Your soul compass will lead you always. It will always give you exactly what's required. If it's not happening, it means you're blocking it somewhere. So you just got to surrender. Sucks to hear that, surrender. I know I hate it, but that's what it is. Let go of the expectation of an outcome and it will happen. Okay. I'm just seeing a comment about being in a car accident. If that's related to the comment of the chronic pain, that's all part of your experience. You're learning to master telling your body what to do. Tell it what to do. Tell it to thrive. Tell it to be happy. Ask it what it needs, and your vibration will shift. How to feel more emotions for my desires, kind of neutral about things, totally normal. Apathy is a thing, it's a phase in the spiritual awakening. You just get to the space where you're like, I don't fucking care. So, how do you make yourself feel passion? What can you do in your day that makes you feel something? I'm obviously feeling a lot right now. You guys have seen me be like, all over the map. I feel a lot all the time. I very much go. You won't be able to log into, side note for someone who's trying to log into my Facebook right now, I'm logged in doing this video, so you can't log in. One of my team members, because I think you're still here. Anyways, um, to invoke emotion, you just have to seek something that really brings you joy or pleasure. So if you can't find emotion, my go-to when I'm feeling apathy, I really, really, really love a drinky poo. Like, it's a luxurious thing for me, and I like it in a really fancy bougie glass. So I will go to the cupboard and I will pick out the bougiest motherfucking glass that I can find, and I should go get it for you. It's obnoxious. It's like a pink bowl with a gold stem. It's amazing, and it's got diamonds all over it. So I'll go get my bougie ass glass, and I'll make myself a bougie ass drinky poo, and I will sit and I will put on my comfy clothes and my silk pajamas, and I will curl up and I will do something that makes me feel good, like a rom-com. It's ridiculous. I can't even believe. Or I'll listen to like Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift, whatever. I don't care that you guys think she's a reptilian. I love her. So I just do something that just like brings me instantaneous, like, I like that. Mm. And then that'll start the wheel going towards emotion. Emotion will always come. It's normal for humans to have emotion. It's also normal to experience apathy, which means no emotion. So just trust the process and it's going to be okay. If we get caught up on what's not working and we get caught up on what's going wrong, then we are blocking the very vibration of our desires. So take a chill pill, everything's fine. Like, we overcomplicate things and we overstress about things, so we don't have to do that. I'm glad that you're confronting your BS. That makes my heart happy. You're amazing. I'm just your reflection. Can't wait to have a drink together. Fucking right. We should just next time, let's just all bring a beverage. We should just get a whole Zoom group of like, what's the glass? All right. I say that, but like, I have time for that. Okay. Apathy is totally normal. Yeah. 100%. All right, let's go into energy readings. Why did I just sing that? Because I'm giving you, you know what it is? I'm getting so comfortable because I'm seeing regular names and you guys are so proactive in commenting and sharing with me that I feel like I know you. And that's the thing, is like, I'm feeling your energy really intensely. So I actually feel like I know you. So then you're starting to see that what I am behind closed doors version of me. I'm getting far too comfortable, but I'm okay with it. It just feels like a sense of like connection. Like, so you guys are getting all the quirky me. Yes, I sing what I'm doing. If I'm going to the bathroom, I have a little I gotta go pee song. It's like, I won't sing it. Never mind. I'm just gonna stop now. We're gonna go into energy reading. Okay, so it's clean and crisp, just so you know. All right, let's go. There's 4. One, what are you picking? 1, 2, 3, 4. a combination of some of those. Don't write combination. That's not helpful to me. Be like, yeah, I totally am like one and three. What are you picking? One, two, three, four, a combination? Or is this a progression of some sort? Let's find out. I'm going to read the comments while you're telling me what numbers you're picking. Amazing. Keep going. Give it to me. Michael, I just sit back and listen. I never should get involved. Love it. I love it. I was looking at fours when you said it, and she's like, she never does four. Today it's four. All right, let's get into it. Take what works, drop what doesn't. Not absolutely everything I say is like for you. Just you know what's for you. So this isn't like a be all end all. This is direction. This is direction on how we're going to lift our vibration. Okay. I'm feeling some vibes with a lot of you. I'm getting a lot of heart palpitations. So I am going to ask. I'm looking at some names here. It took me in the shower to finish listening. Oh, we're getting intimate, Sarah. I love it. All right. There is lots of room for the group becoming unshakable. It's starting on Monday. I put a little blurb in there today. If you like the quirky dorky weirdo that I am, you're going to get a fuck a lot of that, but you're going to get a lot of badass energy. I'm transitioning right now into owning more of my badass vibe and bringing that forward. I can be quite the like, watch me, ask the girls who have gone to me. Like I've had anytime I go to the fucking bar, you want to see someone own their energy. I walk through that bar and heads turn. I'm not even the prettiest girl there. I am not the fittest girl there. I am not the skinny or the youngest. It is not about that. It is about energy, right? And I turn heads and I never have to buy myself a drink, which is really cool. So this becoming unshakable group is really going to be about owning your fucking damn self and checking yourself. I'm not going to let you be small. I'm done with it. I'm getting to this phase in my career where I don't fucking need you. I want you, but I don't need you. So I'm moving into not giving a fuck what anybody thinks anymore. And I'm not going to try to be sweet and living. I know I'm sweet and living, and I'm just going to be really real. And this group is all about I'm going to hand you your ass energetically. So if you want to make change in your life, I want you to join. I want the biggest group. I want a whole fucking tribe of souls who are like, let's conquer the world. Because when you fix your vortex, you change the entire world. And that's my mission. So if you want to help me on my mission and become badass at the same time and change your life, please join the group Unshakable. Just email me. And if you are a sensitive individual, you do not want to be in the group. And if you do not like the word fuck, you do not want to be in the group. It is not fluffy. It is going to be a lot of like, rah. Plus you're going to see me in the morning before I do my hair and before I do my makeup. You're going to get all the versions. So there's that. Okay, let's dive in. We're going to number ones. Here we go. I see some indecisiveness here. Let's just calm down on that. Okay. Okay, to join the group, I see you. It's 89 bucks Canadian. You can email me at reachout@diamondno.com and you will get the link on how to register from Brie, who's my assistant, and then she will send you the link. It is a Facebook group. It's a private Facebook group. You can find it right now just so your ass can get into it. And then I'm going to lock it down so no one can even find it. But it's 100% private. No one can see anything that's going on there but the group. There's some real chatty people in there and there's some real quiet people in there. It's awesome. Okay, let's actually get to this though, shall we? Number one. Okay, so this is going to be the energy, the direction for us up until the 20th is kind of what I'm hearing. So this is just a little overview. This is not the be all end all. The weekly forecast membership is the very distinctive one. So this is just an overview. Okay. So whoever's picked number one, we're going through really embodying the law of polarity and realizing that this isn't a bad thing. It means that there's two sides to the same coin. There's the contrast, and then we go, oh, this is what I want. But sometimes we experience one side longer than the other because we choose to get stuck. So, number one's the good side. The good side is you're about to change some big ass shit. You are about to create beautiful, beautiful change. You just have to have the courage to do it. So there's that piece. The ick side of it is trying to navigate how to become the creator of your experience. You're being asked right now to own your story. This is your reminder. Whatever it is that you're wishing, you are receiving. Okay. So by wishing, that means whatever story you're telling. So if I put a megaphone up to your brain and all the thoughts and they were all coming out, would you be proud? Would you be like, "Oh, I'm so glad the world knows this," the way I do on this fucking platform? This is the reminder to control your thoughts so that you can control your outcome. There is a lot of energy for you, number ones, to receive right now. So let's not block it. There is also a very strong reminder in this card for you to not put your power outside of yourself. So you're going to stop waiting. Oh, I'll be happy when, or the universe will provide, or dear God. I'm not mocking God. I know that that is a faith and it's beautiful. It's its own thing. I just don't want you putting your power outside of yourself because I actually believe that you're God. So I want you to own your energy. This is the week for you to fierce up, to glow up. So, what does that look like for you? This is not the week for you to be small. This is not the week for you to be wishy washy. This is not the week to like politely ask for anything. You're going to demand it. You're going to own it. You're going to desire it. You're going to allow it. If you can do that, you're going to see evidence of it coming in. Look for the evidence of it coming in, not the evidence of it leaving you. Okay. I'm hearing that one for myself. Look for the evidence of it coming in, not the evidence of it leaving you. Let's go into number twos. It has opportunity for all of us to be really, really good. Number twos, this is about celebration. What are you celebrating? Are you having fun? The only way to navigate, the best way to navigate, in my opinion, is to make it a shit show. Like, make it awesome. Are you incorporating enough playful energy, enough fun in your life? So, the first thing number twos are going to do is you're going to start the process of what brings me joy, and you're going to go and do that. So, I want you to seek joy. I want you to seek laughter. I want you to, and I put that in the group this morning, which is so funny. I put this funny little TikTok in there and talked about that. Seek joy, seek pleasure, seek happiness, seek celebration. What can you celebrate? I want you every single day to pick something you are going to celebrate about yourself. And it is not allowed to be, I hear this and it pisses me off. I'm going to celebrate that my kids are amazing and healthy and flourishing. That's not you. No, you're going to go celebrate you. If you're having a good eyelash day, fucking celebrate it. If you are having mental clarity, celebrate it. If you are working out for the first time, celebrate it. If you wore the dress that looks so damn hot on you for the first time, yes, you know who I'm talking to, and you are brave enough to wear it today and you're going to own it and you're going to shred it, celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself by adorning yourself. Do something beautiful for yourself. Celebrate yourself all effing week long. Every single day, pick something and go into lifting your vibration. When we get to December, December is all about here is the platter of what you created in November. It is a hyperspeed receiving month. We are going to be receiving exactly what we have done. And we're starting to feel that and see that right now. So, this is the week to get into the right vibration to receive. If you are celebrating yourself, you're going to get a lot more reasons to celebrate. Do it up. Number threes. Number three is I feel like you are mastering right now, like money, definitely money for a lot of you, as well as mastering the, like, how do I put this? Like, the way I'm seeing it is like, I'm getting this visual of like magic energy, like floating out of this pot and you're like, I'm making this happen, I'm making this flourish. And then it's swirling out at the same time that it's bubbling over. Oh, I just got it. Okay. So, what the direction for you, you are learning to master endless flow, okay? Whether that's prosperity, whether that's love, whatever that be, vitality, anything. You can put this lesson into anything. You are learning how to overflow your bucket. So number 3s, I want you to take a second and ask yourself, if life was supposed to be a bucket filled with gold coins, your experience was a bucket filled with gold coins, who's putting coins in the bucket? And how full is the bucket? Is there a hole in the bottom of the bucket? Are you, I said this in the last video, I think, I don't know, I talk in a lot of places. Are you taking a coin out and giving it and then being like, thank you, putting the same coin back in? Like, are you equally in receiving that flow? Like, is it equal? What's coming in is flowing through you. Like, you're learning to master that overflow state this month. So it begins with awareness. Awareness will always bring change. So I want you to become hyper aware for the rest of, I was going to say all week, it's Thursday, from Thursday to Monday. I want you to be hyper aware of, what am I putting in my bucket? Am I filling my bucket? How am I filling my bucket? And if you start to pay attention to all of the hows, okay? Oh, that fills my bucket. Oh, that fills my bucket. Every time I take a sip of water, I'm like, oh, I'm hydrating my body. You're so welcome. Every time I eat something, I'm like, oh, this is nutrition, pleasure, or hydration. I'm so hyper aware of what I'm offering that it magnifies the ability to receive in my life. So you're going to be mastering receiving mode. You are mastering life lessons in regards to financial flow as well. But this is about the overflow. So every single day, what are you putting in your bucket? How are you adding gold to your bucket? And start to look for evidence of ways that that is happening for you. Small example, in my quirky dorky world, I think animals are the coolest shit. I love squirrels. I think they are the funniest thing. And I have this apple tree in my backyard. So they try to climb and shake off the apple. It brings me so much joy to sit with, when my coffee's pouring in the morning, like I'll sit there and I'll just watch the squirrels like wrestle with these apples. And I just think it's hilarious. But in that moment, not only am I finding that moment very entertaining, I'm very aware of like, this brings me so much joy. And I tell all 4 bodies, this is bringing me joy. And then that allows me to enhance that receiving joy. And then my animals, my kitten is the funniest creature in the entire world. He thinks he's a dog, and then my older dog thinks he's a cat. So it's a non-binary situation with my animals right now, where they're just like, we don't know what we are. We are all of the things. So take it, right? And I love it. And they're so quirky in the way they display themselves. It brings me so much joy. I think they're freaking perfect. They're amazing. They're they're just like being all the things, and it brings me so much joy. So I pause to reflect and watch them. Every time I'm done a call and I go into the living room, I'm like, I just need to watch for a minute because it just brings me joy. And then they're even funnier when they're doing it. They're like toddlers, like they know when I'm watching. So they're like, oh, look what I can do. But it brings me so much joy. So what are you doing visually? What are you doing auditorily to bring you joy? Auditorily, you know what I mean? What are you doing with your food? Are you eating food that brings you joy? You've got all of the world. Yeah, they do match me. It's all of the shit. It's awesome. Um, you have the opportunity from right this minute, I'm giving you permission until Monday. Splurge. Eat whatever the fuck you want, drink whatever you want, enjoy whatever you want, masturbate as much as you want, do what you want to do that makes you happy. No kittens will be harmed in the process of you finding happiness. It's okay to give yourself permission to have a free pass to all of the joy from now until Monday. So boost yourself up into that vibe. It's going to change the game. Trust me. All right. Number 4. Oh, get your shit together. Number 4. This is about, I'm literally hearing like, stop being stubborn and ask for help. You're not doing it alone anymore. You don't have to. You never had to. Stop being stubborn and ask for help. So there is this very big, like, let me hit you in the face kind of vibe going on with this energy with number 4s. Stop fucking it up. Stop preventing yourself from receiving. Stop. Stop making yourself small. Stop keeping your voice quiet. Stop holding back your opinion. Stop tiptoeing around. Stop overgiving. Stop. So, number four is you're going to get your shit together this week. You are going to self evaluate. You are going to look at what am I doing that's not serving me? That doesn't mean that you have to go and blast someone out for it because it's a you thing, not a them thing. This is you looking at your life and going, okay, am I going to become willing enough to create the change that I want? I see cycles. I see just this not doing it anymore. I want you to check in. Are you being a victim to something unnecessary? Is it everybody else's fault that shit's going wrong? I'm being really hard on you, but I love you enough to do this. Number four is, are you self-victimizing? Are you using things as an excuse for your behavior? Are you being toxic with your vulnerability? This is huge. Are you being toxic with your vulnerability? Meaning, are you go watch the other video that I did on Tuesday about that, but are you hinting at what you want instead of being like, "Hey, I'd really like this." Are you being, "Oh, I wish that I had that." That's toxic. No, that's gross. Don't do that. Like, no, I'm allowing that into my life. End of story. Moving on. Um, what was the other thing? There's like a big saying that came into my head. Hold on. Wouldn't that be nice? That's the saying I was looking for. Are you saying that? Don't do that. Mm-mm. When someone says, oh, like I made a comment about how I think I want a bigger property so that I can build a stable and have horses. Do I have the money at this particular second to do that? Fuck no. Will I? 100% I will. Because that's my desire. So it's going to happen. So I was making this comment. I was like, yeah. And then I can like have this big property. I'm going to put some tiny houses on it. So if other people want to have retreats there, yes, Sarah, I'm thinking about you. I just want to do that. I think that's going to be amazing when the time is right. And someone actually said, oh, wouldn't that be nice? Wouldn't it be? No, it will be. So are you saying, "Oh, wouldn't that be nice?" Or I remember one time I was meeting with someone and I was like, "Yeah, here's what it is. My mentorship program is fucking expensive because you're gonna make a whole lot of money when you're done and you're gonna change the world." So yeah, and it's a deep dive and it's a lot of fucking work for me because I have to rate your programs, your marketing, and all that stuff, right? So I remember like offering it to someone and they were like, oh, geez, I'd have to win the lottery to do that. I'm like, then go win the lottery. I'll see you on Monday. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So mm, let's not do that. Instead, you're going to turn the conversation from some form of victimization into empowerment. So, what is it you need to go sit and be like? You need to go sit in the corner and evaluate your fucking self right now. What am I saying that is lowering my vibration? And what is the opposite of that that I can start saying so that I can change my fucking life? And can you just start with, like, I'm willing to make change? Can you stop being afraid of change? Just stop. It's a choice. Remember, if you don't control your energy, the world will do it for you. Do you want to be like them? Nah, I don't think so. Not at all. So control it. Ta-da! Done. An hour and 27 minutes. Well, here we are. All right, I'm done. I love you. I love you. I always feel so good after this because I get fueled by your energy. So thank you. I love you. Really appreciate it. I'm going to have one quick look at the comments, make sure I didn't miss anything. And then I'm peacing out. There might be a little bit of messaging in all of it for you. Yeah, 100%. I took a little from every single one. I was like, oh, note to self. Went back and checked myself. Yay, you. Ah, amazing, guys. So much love. Ah, no comments about me being the devil because I'm a starseed. This is amazing. Thank you, Facebook. Amazing. Awesome sauce. Perfect. All right. There we are. I'll see you next Thursday. I actually scheduled it into my calendar and moved my clients around so that I could do this every Thursday. So I do the Ascension series on Tuesdays, and then I post them right after. I have it scheduled, I think, in the morning, so they go at midday on YouTube. And then I have this scheduled live for Thursdays at 2 p.m. Eastern time. So every Thursday I'll be live on YouTube, and I think it goes on Facebook at the same time. I think that's what's happening. I don't know. And then the weekly forecast is posted every weekend for the upcoming week. And the monthly forecast comes in the newsletter. So the newsletter comes out towards the end of the month. Note to self, write newsletter. Forgot. See, if you don't manage your day manages you. All right. Go make some love in the world, whether it's to yourself, another person, or just in your vibes. Go have some fun. Thank you. I love you. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. All right. Bye.